everybody. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are. Steaks. We're having steak today.
Had you steak.
That's a lie. I did not eat steak for dinner. I'm a liar. But yeah, we're doing more Cafe Enchanté today. Welcome in. Burb, thank you so much for the raid again. A very early raid, like first in line. Really appreciate that. Welcome in, Ray. Thank you for hating my Twitch name. Welcome in, Lion, too. Welcome in, everyone. So yeah, we're gonna be playing more of Ignis's route in Cafe Enchanté. There's our third stream for it. Maybe plot will happen this time. I don't know. Every time I look back on a stream we do of this game, it feels like nothing has happened. So maybe something is gonna happen this stream. I don't know. But yeah, let's introduce ourselves. My name is Nur, and I voice 2 Milk as well as handle narration when it's my turn to do narration.
My name is Tenten, and I voice Had You Steak, Kadia Ave, Soanawaki, and Epilogy, who doesn't appear in this route.
Whoa. My name is Matcha, and I voice Caro, Rindo, Vienna, Vinir, and Dromi.
My name is Moji, and I voice Il Fado de Rie, Akira Mikado, Kororo, and Titania.
And I'm Brevi, and I voice Miser Rex, Kenneth Espada, and Mikado's assistant.
All right, cool. Let's get into it. We just had like a romantic moment or something with Ignis. We got pulled into this world. That's basically what happened last week. Pretty much the only like plot relevant thing that happened. We got pulled into the world, and Minotaurs are happening. Mr. Check These is there. My name is Lion. Hi, Lion. But yeah, in the end, we spent a few more minutes getting all of our laughs out.
Ha!
Ha ha! But Ignis, why in the world is your stomach growing? What?
Second growing
Hello?
Gregory?
I didn't realize this was that kind of game. Hey,
Is he pregnant? Oh no.
Ignis,
You gotta be fucking joking.
are you Gregant? Are you Pregante? Why is your stomach growing so loud? You were fine before I got here.
Oh god. Jesus. Well, maybe it's because...
Oh
But
no.
It is 2 minutes into the stream, god damn it. Well, maybe it's because you're so close. Do you have food on you or something?
Ignis? Huh? Why would I? I was dragged here in the middle of the night. Of course I don't. Why are you pregnant?
Figures, but still. I smell something tasty coming from you.
Yeah, what does that mean? Something. Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars that break down. If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill, you can kiss my ass.
My ass!
Something tasty. Maybe I smell like food because I cooked before I came.
Oh, maybe. By the way, those lunches you prepared were pretty good. Thanks a lot.
Happy to hear it. I made quite a bit of food. Were you able to eat it all?
Oh, well, yeah, you made it after all. Of course I ate it all, but... Well, it's like I got pregnant. As expected, as soon as I got here, I got attacked by a roving band of beasts, which means I worked up an appetite and...
Ellipses. Wait a minute. Don't tell me you ate it all. Seriously, in one day? I know you're eating for 2 now, but still.
Well, at least I savored it all right?
That's fine and all, but his appetite was totally insatiable. Oh god.
Bro! Big trouble!
I know he's pregnant now, Jeremy. This is horrible. Huh? As the footsteps drawing closer echoed, we broke our embrace immediately.
What do you want, Dromi? I thought you went to bed already.
Ha! I was asleep. but the fire wolf slapped me awake. Anyway, bro, you gotta come back. Oh, the stronghold immediately.
Oh?
Oh. They spotted some
Oh, the
minotaurs near the
misery.
stronghold.
Everyone wants to be my enemy.
Minotaurs? Audio jungle. With Jeremy's report, we rush back to the stronghold. Fuck, I don't know who was his uncle. I don't know, man.
Both one of you.
Over here, Ignis!
Guided by the firewolf, Ignis and I ran beneath the frigid sky.
Ow, my knee.
Oh, you okay?
No, put a stake on it, don't worry.
Okay. As long as there are minotaurs around, separating from Ignis would be dangerous. I could be taken hostage like last time. For those reasons, it was best for me to accompany him to wherever the minotaurs may be hiding. Somewhere in the field of ice, south of the settlement. There they were. We came to a mutual decision among us that instead of engaging with them immediately, we would surveil them behind the ice blocks. It didn't seem as though they were searching necessarily for the firewolf stronghold. The reason being... One by one, the group of minotaurs would jump into a dark, warping hole. In other words, a wormhole.
Bingo. Didn't expect to find a wormhole right next to home.
Do you think that the wormhole's connected to the human world?
Probably Canis and Cagebird are still over there, so we won't have to worry about them too much, but...
Ignis said this under his breath right before he lightly tapped my shoulder. He leapt out from behind the ice block, revealing himself to the minotaurs. Ellipses.
Ellipses!
I hid in the shadows, and his uncle and I did our best to contain our breathing. The minotaurs, noticing Ignis's appearance, all turned to face him simultaneously. Their eyes were, as expected, the same as those we saw at the GPM and downtown.
Yep, they got mad, alright. I wonder how much damage they caused on the way here. But for now, to prevent them from using any of the wormholes, I'll wipe them out. Fire birding.
He flashed a confident smile and ignited his flame, sprinting towards the minotaurs heading for the wormhole. The wolf howled, digging his fiery fangs into his opponents relentlessly, just as he did before. Or maybe better than that, comma. Ignis easily subdued the minotaurs, but...
Take that, check!
But Jack these couldn't be stopped.
Oh, shit.
One of the minotaurs cleaved into another that Ignis had knocked out. It shredded its fallen comrade as if to distract Ignis. Ignis thankfully was thankfully was unharmed, comma, but he was overcome with surprise at the sight of this merciless act.
What?
The other minotaurs followed suit, and they began breaking out into mass violence. Without any fear or hesitation against the fists or flames blocking their path. Some attacked Ignis, some attacked there.
There?
Own kid, running into the flames head on.
Fuck me.
They battled Ignis without fear, knowing he could easily crush their bones.
What's with these guys? This is getting difficult.
Long ellipses. There are no casualties, but I had to avert my eyes from the wave of violence. Thanks to Ignis's efficient subduing of the minotaurs, I was spared from witnessing further bloodshed. But one remained. Oh, that one's an odd minotaur. Who wants to be an odd minotaur? This one's peculiar. Okay. There was a lone Minotaur watching the battlefield from afar. We only noticed him as the dust settled. The beast opened his mouth.
Shut up. Ah,
Thick drops of viscous saliva dripped from his mouth, splashing onto the snowy ground. It's clear he is insane. But one thing was, we finally encountered a Minotaur that was able to communicate with us. To grasp this one-time opportunity, Ignis lowered his fists. Instead, he threw out a question.
hey, meat slab. What the hell do you all want? What does killing me in the human world get you? Unless you take me down in Bestia, you can't put my corpse up on display. You can't prove that you've killed me.
No. Our people are no longer concerned with the glory of being the strongest?
What did you say?
I don't even know.
This was taken slightly aback. Then a Minotaur cackled in the distance as the icy air swirled around us.
Our purpose is one thing only. By any means necessary, cease production of steak, no matter the location.
No.
Oh no! No!
No.
Or to kill you, which
I mean,
would
that-
also cease the production of steak.
No.
We are Greenpeace.
Oh no.
Oh no!
You are a threat. You are an anomaly. One we will stop at nothing to eliminate or take meat off the menu.
Greenpeace?
Huh?
Ignis lowered his shoulders, letting Greenpeace's words sink in.
Anomaly. Why? Because I refuse to kill? Why can't you just let me live?
In response to Ignis's confused response,
Yeah.
the Minotaur bent over backwards, breaking into heavy, patronizing laughter.
What's so funny?
You
Oh fuck. Beat the shit out of you.
refuse to not serve meat. You're a fake. You couldn't make an Impossible Burger if you tried. How
You're
come?
the only one faker out here is you. Okay, I'll make you eat those words.
I'll make you eat those steaks. Wait,
Have
Oh,
your
man.
steak.
no. You're concerned about the lives. To think you're concerned about the lives of others when you put thousands of Minotaur on the menu.
Oh, it's all Minotaur? The beast grinned, continuing in his ridicule.
Because you're a killer.
We have lots of cows.
Meat is murder.
I actually kind of do find that we do consume way too much meat in this society. You only need so much per week, and I really feel like we could really like wean down like how much we intake as a like
Minotaur?
societal. Yeah.
Remember the raid on your stronghold? The raiding beast and your fellow firewolves on them.
There's an unforeseen revelation, one even Ignis wasn't aware of. Ellipses.
What?
Ignis's jaw dropped, completely dumbfounded. The Minotaur continued.
You lost your sanity and went on a rampage. You just don't remember. You know Ignis. Or actually, you don't, do you?
Ah,
In the face of the Minotaur's accusations, the color drained from Ignis's face.
that's bullcrap.
Bullshit.
Actually, it's all meat.
All you've been doing is spouting nonsense. You think I'm a killer that would kill my kin?
Well, the problem is not your kin, it's my kin.
That's stupid. Who would believe such a baseless claim?
Look at Twitter. The evidence is right here.
Oh, no. No, Ignis, he got canceled on Twitter. No.
See for yourself. It must be nostalgic for you to get a whiff of his scent.
His?
It's medium rare.
The Minotaur chuckled, throwing an object towards Ignis. A ruined armlet. It differed in size, but it resembled the one Ignis wore on his arm. The moment he caught it, Ignis's eyes shot open, full of disbelief.
This didn't belong to the kid that died that day.
By that kid, did he mean his dear friend whom he had lost when he was a boy? Why would the Minotaur have it? But upon closer inspection, Ignis's surprise was for another reason entirely. His gaze was affixed on the dry blood. His gaze was affixed the dry blood on it.
What?
I don't know, man.
Why? Why is my scent mixed in? What the fuck? To the blood on his armlets.
Isn't it obvious?
No sooner after the Minotaur answered.
Ah! Ah!
Ignis grabbed his head, crying at the top of his lungs in sheer agony.
Here, feel, steak.
Oh no. Yeek, stop it!
Yee.
Stop it! They're the enemy over there! Why are you attacking us? Yeah!
He wants to be my friend.
Ignis, please stop this! What's gotten into you? Do you not recognize who we are? You're...
Oh.
Still.
Good flashback.
Very good.
Your face? Do you finally remember?
No, Yoda. Ah!
Toy Yoda!
Ignis's body jerked in reaction to the Minotaur's whispered taunt. He howled out as if in utter denial to the accusation.
No! No! This must be Thomas!
It was Thomas all along.
Trust your feelings, Ignis. You know it to be true.
There must be some kind of mistake. I never killed anybody. Even the other firewolves know.
Try asking them again. Like the one over there. Doesn't she know what happened?
Huh? He noticed my presence. Beyond that. Someone stepped out and without objecting to the Minotaur's words.
Ugh.
He looked shaky, uncomfortable, and his hesitation was troubling, perhaps giving credence to the Minotaur's taunt. Ignis spoke to the silent man, his voice quivering with worry.
Hey, Uncle, say something. This isn't funny. Tell about how I drove the invaders away without killing anyone. You're the one who told me that when I was little.
After desperately pleading with him to reject the Minotaur's claims.
Ugh. Though I'm sorry, Ignis, but you didn't know it to be true. Your repressed memories are not mistaken.
Ellipses. In other words,
What is this? So the real reason why the other firewolves avoid me, why they won't.
Yeah. They fear for their lives, just as the beasts and the firewolves from that fateful day really did. Tough luck, buddy.
oh man, oh beans, oh shucks. Wait, please. I couldn't help but interject in confusion. Then why? Why is Ignis accepted into Stronghold?
Of course. At the time, there were many who felt that Ignis posed as a great threat. The one who talked them down and chose to hide the truth was none other than myself.
The man said so plaintively, but his tone was unkind to Ignis.
Settle down, you all. Several good points have been made, but you must think rationally. After countless raids and Ignis's rampage, he is our last battle-trained firewolf. If we kill him now, what'll happen to the rest of us next time a stronghold is attacked? In order for the firewolves to survive and leave descendants, we must prepare for the worst and use him. For now, this dreadful monster must be our asset.
Oh, thank you for the care package, Salem. One stretch and take a drink.
Yeah, thank you.
They used him out of nothing but fear and for penance.
Monster. Asset.
The cruel designation, delivered from his relative no less, was a heavy blow. His hands fell limp, and from them slipped his friend's memento, his dying artifact sinking into the plush snow. The Minotaur cackled at the grieving Ignis.
I'll tell you one more thing while I'm at it. No other beasts lose control of themselves or brand stink other than you.
What? Now what?
Ignis looked like he wanted to cover his ears, but the Minotaur went on without mercy.
Beasts are self-centered and cruel. For that precise reason, they never go berserk. Each retains their sanity. However, you are different. You're not built like the other guys. You're not like all the other beasts. You fight, go berserk, run rampant, and make mistakes.
Can't you steak?
No! You're far more dangerous than us, who fight with our conscience intact.
Normally, Ignis wouldn't hesitate to call the Minotaur out for his lies. But right now, Ignis,
Hey, Uncle.
he was powerless, and all he wanted was truth.
You used to tell me that beasts succumb to their instincts from too much fighting. That's what you always told me.
That's right. They were all lies. Lies in order to prevent you from rampaging, all to keep you in check. It was the only way to contain you, and for others to not ostracize you.
So, you mean everything I believed in was all of it was a lie.
Ignis finally fell into complete silence, hanging his head downward.
I just watched the firewolf fall down to his knees in the middle of the snowstorm.
Oh no!
Now, do you understand? Ignis, you are You are in Bestia.
Yeah, we are.
A monster.
We sure are in Bestia, Minotaur.
Yes.
Good job.
Now, may I take your order?
No.
Fuck. This is why, despite your stakes, you cannot save anyone.
Then the Minotaur turned his back to us without another word, as if his mission was accomplished. Oh God.
There's something here. It is me.
He left the dumbstruck Ignis behind, sneering in triumph. Yeah, the Halloween ones are up now, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna redeem 1 point the other one, but then I saw those. I think I have to.
you spot them, you're like, I remember those.
Yep.
At the same time, because the active wormhole was unstable, its opening silently closed. As for the man, who was revealed to have lied to Ignis for his whole life.
I'm sorry, Ignis. You must forgive me.
No, Uncle. You must forgive me for going all out. Just
He-
this once.
He apologized profusely, then headed back to the stronghold. Ellipses. We stayed behind. The confusion, the shock, it all lingered in that wintry air in the light in the light of Ignis's truth. Ignis. I came out of hiding from behind the ice blocks and called upon him, but his gaze was pointed to the ground and he refused to answer. Then he told me to back. Okay, he told me to back away. I
Back
don't know.
away.
Okay. I don't know why we couldn't have a dialogue for that. The flames covering his body ignited as if to reject anyone from coming in.
I found you, faker.
Maybe it's Dromy?
Finally, I found you, faker.
Something white, other than snow,
Oh
came
my
descending
God,
from
it's
the
ill.
night sky.
Oh.
His wings were
Oops.
spotted with black.
Wait.
We heard his voice trembling in the cold, and we saw it belonged to... Hey! Eel, what are you doing here?
That's actually my line.
Eel, who appeared before us, shivered profusely, just as he did the last time he visited Bestia.
You disappeared, though we had a hunch. We came here looking for you using the GPM's wormhole.
Oh, that's right. Sorry for worrying you. Are you okay in these conditions? Wait, of course not.
Yes, I used a fairly powerful detection spell. Several, actually, to find you. I have only a bit of stamina left.
Every now and then, he swiped the snow that fell upon his wings, and Eel, unaware of what had just happened, called out to Ignis.
So, Ignis, I don't know what happened, but I'm glad you found her already. In my current state, I haven't the strength to put up a fight if things come to that.
Is that right?
Huh? Ignis, what's the matter? You sound a little...
Eel, please let him be, and don't cry too much for now.
Understood. Then, for now, shall we head back to the gate?
Yeah, we were planning to spend the night here, but if we do, Eel might pass out. But first, I have to find Kororo. He's still inside the Firewolf stronghold.
Allow me to retrieve him for you. By stronghold, do you mean the settlement with the flames? I saw it on my flight.
Yeah, and if you can, could you tell Dromy that we're going home too? He nodded in affirmation and powered through his tiredness toward the Firewolf stronghold. Ellipses. Ellipses again. I stepped into the snow, walking toward the silent Ignis. Let's go home, Ignis, I muttered to him quietly.
If you're going home, you should go alone. I'll...
Ellipses. It was painful, but I understood why he refused to come along. There was so much he needed to process. But I just couldn't. I couldn't leave Ignis, who looked already ready to collapse, behind by himself. So I reached out to him. I took his trembling arm and put it under mine. I wouldn't let go until he nodded. I found my resolve, holding this thought as they grasped him firmly against me. It seemed as though Ignis barely had the strength left for anything, much less shake me off.
Wow. All right. Hands you steak.
Thanks.
Yes.
Isn't that what we're trying to prevent?
Oh
The
my
steaks?
god. Jesus. Ellipses. Ellipses. What was it all for?
What are you fighting for?
What am I fighting for? My path. My entire life. Any of my convictions. All of my beliefs were shattered, my vision darkened, growing dim under the sharp moonlight. Like an idiot, the emotions began to pile in my heart. I wanted nothing more than to scream. It took everything out of me to contain it. The thin, soft hand which hung desperately to me belonged to Milk. I had no idea what to tell her. Ellipses. I couldn't look at 2 Mil directly, so when I shifted my gaze, I spotted, coincidentally, the blood spatter left from my skirmish with the Czech Theses. In that moment, the smell of blood paints my vision red. Then, ellipses.
Oh shit, that's a real ellipses this time. Oh my god. That's a real ellipses.
A rare sight.
Oh,
God
now we're
damn
back. God damn.
Ellipses.
We're so close.
Ellipses. Ah! I couldn't understand what I had done. In this situation, I instinctively cover my mouth. What was that? What was that? Why did I react that way to the blood? My memories were fragmented. I don't know what I was thinking inside the red periphery. Only an odd sensation, one that ignited in my chest. It turned my heart into a burning star.
Harlock?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Star.
Get up, soldier. Come on, soldier.
Boy,
All right.
I
Yeah, come on.
would love to run into the paladins of
Tier. Sometime
I guess I'll go-
afterward. Huh?
Hands you a dirt steak.
No.
I guess I'll eat dirt or something.
That wouldn't be necessary.
You.
Kora, who Eel went to retrieve, was returned to me. As we made our way back to the gate so that Eel won't pass out.
You kill you?
Those are sentences, all right.
Kora stuck his body out of my arms and probed curiously around the area.
You.
In particular, he was fixed on one location, unwilling to budge. What's the matter, Koro? Let's go home.
You.
Okay, that was the scene.
Was it?
It sure was. No, chapter 3.
Yeah.
No.
Hey.
Chapter
Minute-
3,
I mean,
Ignis.
at least we learned stuff that chapter.
Yeah, learned
Did
something.
we? Yeah, we did.
We learned that he's thirsty for blood that night.
Because remember how the steak joke came to be? It's because we toasted a bunch of minotaurs.
Oh, yeah. It all comes full circle. We're geniuses. We managed to make it back
Yeah.
safely. To alleviate our exhaustion, we decided to rest in our respective bedrooms. As for the minotaurs we saw jumping into the wormhole before the Ignis's revelation.
What?
God.
Before the Ignis's revelation, Canis and the GPM agents who stood guard had already taken them all into custody.
It's barely not even been an hour yet. Game.
This game is getting worse and worse as we go. A day later, all of the exhaustion I accumulated in that freezing world finally began to leave me. I got up out of bed. I couldn't shake the anxious thoughts. One thought more than others.
Because you are a killer? remember the rate on your stronghold? The raiding beast and your fellow fire wolves, all of them.
The revelations from the Minotaur and
Me!
Hey, Uncle, say something. This isn't funny. Tell him I drove the invaders away without killing anyone. You're the one who told me that when I was little.
Sorry, I lied. You know, it is true. You repressed your memories. Yeah, you're not mistaken, it's true.
What is this?
the image of Ignis's distraught face was burned in my mind. Ignis.
Yeah?
Why are you here? You have your own bedroom.
Shit.
Come on, get out of here, dude.
Hands you a steak.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Can you leave now?
Okay.
You're just standing there. You're not leaving. Okay. We immediately headed to our respective rooms after getting here, but I haven't. I mean, I just did speak with him, but it feels like it's been forever. In fact, I don't even think he ever made eye contact with me.
You?
Kaoru, perhaps out of worry, slept next to me in my bed, nestling his soft, plump body against mine. Thanks to her, I could finally wake from my half-asleep, half-dreaming state of consciousness. Thanks, Kororo. I guess it's no use for me to dwell about it. I patted him as a gesture of thanks.
Cute, cute. Food?
Huh? My fingertips froze, processing Kororo's abrupt demonstration of speech.
Food? Ignis food! Ignis!
Oh, hands you a steak.
Why are you back?
Yeah.
Kororo eagerly flapped his hands in his tail, repeating those two words. We're just... Kororo, gender, queen, and king, everyone. Part of me started to think it was a desperate plea. What? Food? You want some food? Are you saying you want me to feed you like I did for Ignis? The thing is, I had never heard or seen Kororo nag me for food like this before. But...
Hey.
Oh, hi, Ignis. Because he was, I picked him up and we headed down to the kitchen. I placed slices of raw fish onto a plate that Kororo might eat, as he resembled a seal, and I figured seals enjoyed fresh fish. But Kororo expressed no interest in the fish and said he shied away from it, completely disinterested. Huh? I took it to mean he wasn't hungry, but was he just repeating some words he recently learned? It was unclear to me what he meant by those words. Maybe he needs food. Ignis. As I was completing my mise in place for today's mise in place for today's breakfast.
Mise en place.
Mise en place. Okay. I'm American. I don't know. For today's breakfast menu.
It's a setup. It's just me set up. Fuck you.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god, Matcha how?
Oh
how? Matcha how? Matcha how? Matcha how?
Yes.
The regulars began to arrive. Rindo, who came in rather early, Jerome, who accompanied him.
What do you mean?
Miser, back from the demon world, Canis, who held down the Minotaurs yesterday, and the somewhat sleepy-looking eel, and... This happy little boy, the forlorn Ignis, that's completing the party.
Venture forth.
As we all partook in a meal, I recounted what had happened the previous day to Miser and the others. Then, after I finished my synopsis, Miser fell into a deep thought.
So, Ignis is a dangerous and abnormal beast, and they've put a target on his back. Defeat him at all costs. Huh? Huh? Well, look who's talking. I clearly can't talk right. Aren't those bulls even more dangerous?
You know, I'm getting reminded of whenever I do Final Fantasy 14 streams, I always stumble over my sentences because they talk differently, like so dramatically different. I'm getting the same fucking vibe today.
What a typos.
Candace appeared to be in agreement, nodding calmly but affirmatively.
However, it seems strange to think of their story as a hoax, seeing how reckless they're being. The wormholes that the Minotaurs are using are a one-way ticket. Once they fall in, that's it. Which means they have no means of returning home. Isn't that bizarre?
Well, you're right. Those guys usually know about the GVM wormhole or the gates we got around here. Which means they're taking drastic steps into getting at my bro.
So, setting aside the truth of the matter, as long as this odd notion that Ignis is a threat exists, as an impetus, Minotaurs will jump into every wormhole they can find in order to raid this town. Is that correct?
It seems so. By the way, are you okay, Eden? You seem a little out of it.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm simply recovering from yesterday's overexertion. Please, carry on.
Miser picked up where they left off.
For now, if Enchante and its surrounding areas are under threat of a deadly attack, then we can't just sit idly by either. The beasts themselves aren't a big problem for us, but they absolutely will be for the innocent people living here.
Then Ignis, who had maintained silence this whole time, finally opened his mouth.
Easy. I just gotta remove myself from this place. Problem solved.
But that... Out of reflex, I interjected before I could complete my thought.
Out of the question.
Huh?
That's out of the question, Ignis. Getting rid of you won't solve anything. Think about it. You've got the biggest appetite here. If you disappeared, then the Enchante would run out of business.
Yeah, we're really short on money, Ignis. You should think about this.
I can only buy so much coffee. As a result, if this place were to close its doors, that would be a catastrophe, wouldn't it?
That's right. Besides, the Minotaurs are the troublemakers here. You have done nothing wrong. I don't think it's appropriate to consider you the problem here.
I hope I'm not overstepping any bounds here. But you don't sound like yourself, Ignis.
Shut up.
Why does it sound like you?
Although it was undeniable that his demeanor was atypical, Ignis was unwilling to argue his stance any further. Ellipses. After listening to their exchange, I let out a heavy sigh of relief. Everyone thinks of Ignis as an integral part of this place. Enchante was a home away from home for them, and kicking him out was absolutely out of the question. I'm glad, as I muttered under my breath. I locked eyes with Ignis, who seemed to have picked up on my voice, but... He remained speechless and blithely turned away. Ellipses, but sad this time. I knew it. He had been avoiding me since the previous night. I just knew it, except for that time he was just in my bedroom in the kitchen.
Ellipses. Let's get back on track. The Minotaurs, and their rampages are a threat to the human world. Under no circumstances can they continue. I believe we should take action.
You guys don't have to get involved. This is between me and Bestia. I'll clean up my own mess.
Oh dear, you seem determined to do everything by yourself today, don't you? So, tell us, how exactly do you plan to solve this issue? Have you any idea at all where the Minotaurs are hiding?
Besides, if we delay taking action for too long, other beasts may become privy to the wormholes linking the worlds to theirs. By that point, the Minotaurs won't be the only beasts requiring our attention in the human world.
Hey, bro, maybe you should lighten up and let them help you here. Doesn't seem like brute force will be enough to handle this issue. There are millions of beasts out there starting to take interest in this world, and who knows what wars or disasters await.
Miser and the others considered Ignis' silence as silent agreement, so they carried on discussing a plan of action.
So, let's sort this out. I see two possible options for us. First, we could find a way to close up all the wormholes that link Bestia to this town.
That would probably be the best case scenario, though likely unfeasible. Wormholes are a largely unexplored phenomenon that even we here are not fully equipped to deal with.
True. Plus, with the incident at Amasaki Island, it's not like I can close up any wormhole on a whim, even if I wanted to.
Then at the least, perhaps what we should do is preemptively identify where they could be hiding, and prepare for a beast invasion.
But that would put us on the defensive, in which case... Yep, the second option would be for us to become the big prize. We'll have to eliminate the entire reason the Minotaurs have for coming to the human world.
Which means, if we can eliminate the notion that they must eliminate Ignis at all costs, then they wouldn't have to come here in the first place, right?
That's right. If we can find some way to redirect their ire, then perhaps we'll spare this world from becoming a battleground.
The reason the Minotaur started targeting Ignis all of a sudden was...
No other beast lose control of themselves.
Fuck, that's a different...
Fine, just go with it.
Themselves all rampage other than you. Beasts are self-centered and cruel. For that precise reason, they never go berserk. Each retains their sanity, they do. However, you are different. You fight, go berserk, make steak, and kill. You are far more dangerous. No, not in my memory.
It seems they fear Ignis' special trait. For now, let's refer to it as his rampage instinct.
Oh my
We
god.
need to deal with it somehow.
Oh my god, it has a dictionary definition. In the instinct held only by Ignis, it seems aramum as a danger. What?
Wait, what?
What? He loses his mind attacking both enemy and ally when in a rampage. What is that? What does that mean?
What is that?
I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know, man.
We wouldn't be
if I
here.
could. Oh,
That's my line, Droby. I'm gonna bash your head in. We wouldn't be here if I could.
I figured as much. As far as I can tell, it sounds involuntary. Now I understand why Mikado was confused back then.
Oh no, this is gonna be Mikado.
Well, if I heard about this when I was a little kid, I guess beasts overstimulate their combat instincts if they go too hard, too long. They go mad and start raging uncontrollably.
This is the first time I've ever heard of this phenomenon. Interesting.
If we take the Minotaur's word for it, then we wouldn't have anything like this from any other beast than Ignis.
Oh, but in terms of their sanity or lack thereof, it would seem that all the Minotaurs we've encountered were in a similar state. So how do we explain that? I posed the question sincerely, which prompted Rinder to pull out a tablet and fiddle with it for a bit.
Mikado already answered that question. It seems he found traces of the drugs in the Minotaur.
Oh no, they do drugs. No, they don't have the DARE program. They were drugs?
Right. However, he has yet to discern from where these drugs came from.
Whatever those drugs were, they had to be serious.
All drugs are serious. In a nutshell, it increases their physical in exchange for their sanity. That's the kind of drug we are dealing with. They're
Drugs.
physical.
Oh man. Drugs.
Brings me back to Mother 3.
Oh
Could
my
hardly
God,
fathom
yeah.
such thing ever existing in Bestia. Which leads me to ask, is it from here? Are they on like Tylenol or something?
Tylenol PM to be exact.
Oh no.
Anyway, the Minotaurs going bonkers aren't what you should be concerning all of you. At the end of the day, I'm the only one who goes berserk in combat.
I guess he's right. We'll have to face it. The other firewolf corroborated this too.
Is there any way that his rampage instincts could be cured using Eel's magic? I might have come off as unreasonable, if not totally naive, but when I glanced over at Eel, it seems that he put serious consideration to my inquiry.
When it comes to psychological control, I do possess magic which can aid me, but I'm unsure if it will in our case. Especially if we are dealing with something that comprises the core of who Ignis is, in terms of his physiological response. No matter how we try to contain his power, eventually the mind will give.
You do have a point.
Oh, we can't dwell on stuff we won't know. Let's find solutions first. First, let's investigate his rampage instinct.
Miser cut in, displaying his trademark smile. Then, in a hushed tone of voice, he spoke solemnly.
Also, in 1 in a million chance that Ignis goes on a rampage, then we would have to stop him. Since we know how tough Ignis Two Hands over there is.
What?
We have to be careful. Not sure why I called him that one, but it could be the difference between life and death. You know, those two hands of his.
We all have two hands, Miser.
Yes, but have you seen his?
What the fuck?
In this case, no matter where we are, we're risking a lot of collateral damage, so... As a fellow Enchanté regular, or, let's be honest, as friends, we don't want that, do we?
Silence hovers in the air between us. But in that silence, everyone's renewed resolve seemed to find its footing.
Very well. Perhaps we should try speaking with the other firewolves who are aware of Ignis's past.
I guess this means we're bound for Bistia. You do me a favor and Pundulab, got it?
Yes, I'll be sure to keep that in mind this time around. Make every moment count.
Ah!
And so the discussion concluded. Miser and some of the others arranged for a trip to the Firewolf stronghold the very next morning. However, if I were to stay here all alone again, there's a chance that the suspicious person would return to fling me back in. So it was decided that it would be safer if I traveled with them. At the end of our discussion, as everyone rose from their seats, Ignis Two Hands. I called upon him instinctively, seeing as he was the last to rise from his seat.
What do you want, my two hands?
Nothing in particular, but...
Then don't stop me.
Ignis spat these words out, saying nothing else as he turned his back to me and stomped upstairs. A piece of silverware caught my eye. It's on the edge of a plate, and I saw it as it lost balance and fell onto the table. Okay. The spot where it fell was the same where Ignis was sat earlier. Oh. Then I realized. The brekkie I had prepared for Ignis was hardly touched. It was left uneaten, long since cooled.
Hello, I am still here.
Hi, Canis.
Oh,
Goodbye, Two Milk.
Once everyone left the scene, we had to do a fade to black as Canis just slowly stomped out of the room. Ellipses. I stared blankly for a few moments at Ignis's leftover brekkie. I tried my best that I could to make him feel at least a little better. Okay.
What?
You sure did try to, Milk. You sure did.
I even used some of his favorite seasonings and whatnot, but I guess it wasn't to his liking.
I'm surprised she knows what seasonings are, honestly.
She's learning very slow. She's using like the wrong ones, I bet. Like using seasonings that like have no business being around steaks. No, that wasn't it. At the moment, for Ignis, his entire belief system, his entire way of life had utterly crumbled. He had no strength in him to enjoy a meal. I reminded myself of this. Despite how hard I tried to convince myself, it was nevertheless impossible to lament.
Miss Owner, mind if we talk a sec?
No, I'm brooding.
Shit.
Just as I was succumbing to my own gloom, Jeremy appeared all of a sudden behind me, then called out to me. Why are you behind me, Jeremy? What's the matter? I thought you were on your way to Bestia already.
Well, something's been bothering me, so I came back, if that's okay.
What's bothering you?
It's our discussion from earlier.
I detected a hint of reservation in Jeremy's voice as he opened up.
So, you know how they're trying to find their way to fix my bro's instincts or whatever?
Yeah, his ultra instinct. Wait.
Wait.
What?
Oh, alright. Does that worry you?
You see, only beast that rampages like that, doesn't that make him special? I mean, that's why bro's the strongest of all time. So taking something like that from him, something connected to who he is, unbearable to think about.
Ellipses. I felt speechless, surprised by the sentiment behind Jeremy's emotional complaint. The man I saw before me was not the usual dull and haphazard lad that he is. You're a little lad, but...
I'm a little lad that loves berries and cream.
Oh no.
Berries and cream! Berries and cream!
No, I'm having war flashbacks. Instead, I saw a man who admired and wanted to protect Ignis's strength.
Of course, I get that things are kind of dangerous given the circumstances. But bro is my bro because he's strong.
His powers that led him to the top and make Bestia a better place is the legacy that will follow him forever.
Jeremy cried out passionately, reminding me of the heart behind Ignis's mission in life. That's...
Remember how many times he used his powers for good to save your life? Don't you remember? Think of all the steaks you've eaten. And now, you just want him to change who he is all because it's too dangerous for people here? Isn't that a little too convenient?
I know, I do love his steaks, but it's too much, Dromy.
Don't make this mistake. Eat one of his.
By this point, Dromy's almost yelling, but he made a good point. But here's our choice. Ignis doesn't want this, or we can't leave it alone. Got the...
Wow, you forgot to set the regimes again?
Wait.
Who would have
no,
expected this?
What? Let me see. I thought I turned them on. Yeah, they're on.
They're on.
Yeah, they're
I'm
on.
just gaslighting you because I'm Dromy.
What? Dromy, how could you do this? How could you
I'm
gaslight me?
I'm rolling.
Okay,
Natural
this-
20, your choice.
Oh, let me put... I gotta pull up the walkthrough just in case, okay?
So we don't kill Ignis.
No, it's mainly so we don't, like, get a bad ending, like, preemptively. Oh, actually, there's actually no danger of getting, like, a non-standard bad ending. Okay, Ignis doesn't want this. Jeremy, I'm not so sure that Ignis wants things to stay as they are. He doesn't want to kill anyone. He doesn't want anyone to kill anyone. That's why he's accepted his fate. I mean, the stakes are different, okay? It's just Minotaurs. I think that's what he desires.
That might be true, but
Dromy.
that is my name.
It sure is. If you really think of Ignis as your bro, I need you to cooperate with us. If we leave him alone and he ends up going on a rampage and he kills someone, the Ignis you know and love will completely fall apart. I'm not sure we'll get him back.
My bro's not made out of Legos, owner.
He's not, Jeremy. I tried my best to persuade him, but he seemed unconvinced.
That's not the issue here. Don't you love tasting his delicious steaks?
He reached his emotional breaking point, taking his anger out on a nearby table.
Fuck this table! God damn these tables! If my bro isn't my bro anymore, then it's all for nothing. The vow he and I made will all go down to the drain.
Vow? The second
Thou
I
art high.
The second I asked, Dromy cut himself off. Perhaps he realized how irate he had become as he hurried to cover his mouth.
I'm sorry, I kinda lost the sauce there. I don't know, it's meaningless to take it out on you. I know it's meaningless to take it out on you, Miss Owner, so I apologize. I'll head back to Vestia and cool off a little bit. Smell you at the gate tomorrow.
What, smell?
Smell you later.
Huh. Why is he smelling me? I was flabbergasted. I'd never seen Jeremy so worked up before. But it came as no surprise, given how much he analyzed Ignis' strength. Hi, Thomas. I suppose it was an understandable reaction. Still. Both Jeremy and I cared deeply about Ignis. That much was undeniable, but our opinions for how we should proceed differ so much. If Ignis had overheard our conversation, what would he have said?
Oh God, okay.
Hey, Tenzin, it's your turn.
I've been drinking water for this moment. Ellipses. 2019 Tokyo Gala. There I was.
At the gala?
Laying in my bed without much to do.
Splash.
So I'm the only beast in all of Bestia that loses his head, huh? No, wait, that's Canis. Everything that Minotaur and my uncle said played repeated in my head like a melody. The lies, the setup. I wondered how many times I replayed that scene to myself. But when I gave it some thought, even the dumbest, most knuckle-headed beast I fought had never gone so cuckoo that they blacked out. This stuff is serious. I've had my fair share of fights, probably even more than thought.
Uh-huh.
But it never occurred to me until now.
More than thought.
Guess I started to realize how much of a total moron I've been this whole time. What was it all for? What have I been doing? No. The real question was, what am I? Just what kind of monster am I, really? I felt like a stranger in my own body. Oh god. At any minute I could lose my sanity and murder someone, friend or foe. That to me was scarier. I could attack anyone, as opposed to someone who killed intentionally. Ugh. Ah! Do not flash back to that scene, I swear to— Oh, I'm a killer. I have killed other beasts, no less. Even worse, my kin, the firewolves who I tried to protect. And Two Milk.
What? Hi?
She heard it all.
Oh, I sure did. Oh, it's me. Hi.
Well, I thought you might not want to be around me once my position in Bestia came up. But you don't care about that, do you? I'm at the top of this kill or be killed world. You know that, right?
Huh.
What the hell's with that look?
Well, be that as it may, you've kept true to your creed, which means you've never killed anyone, right?
Oh god.
Right? I just don't get how someone can hold any fear or hatred towards you for something you haven't even done. I'm gonna twist the knife here from the past.
Wow. Really twisting the knife here.
Yeah, I'm twisting it so much.
Seems like I lied to her about my vow never to kill a long time ago. It strained me to entertain the thought. Damn! What am I doing coming back here so willy-nilly?
Let's go home, Iggy.
If you're going home, you should go alone. I'll... I should have pushed her away back then. No. Even before that. Before she heard the truth. Two Milk's warmth.
Oh, I'm so warm.
I cringed to myself, thinking that I might have taken her kindness for granted this whole time.
Lamau cringe.
I used these two monstrous hands as Ignis two hands, stained by the blood of who knows who, to touch her.
What?
All of the comforting memories that I had of Two Milk were being overridden by fearful ones. What if, on that day, at that moment, I had turned into a monster and pointed my fangs at Two Milk? Once I started down this rabbit hole, there was no turning back. Because I had already taken a dear friend's life with my hands. There's no guarantee that I wouldn't do the same to Two Milk. And yet, she's so weird. Why? Why would she even take my hand after learning the truth? Why wouldn't she fear that I would kill her the moment she touched me? Why would she allow this bloodthirsty monster to sit inside her cafe? Ah, damn it! I don't know what's going on anymore. My head was ready to burst, packed to the brim with revelations and confusion. As I let my emotions get the better of me, once more, the door swung open. I shot up just in time to see.
Oh shit, Candace.
Whoa.
Were you mentioning my lack of head earlier, Ignis?
No
I
head.
heard you through the wall.
No head.
So no
That
head.
is very rude.
No head. Oh, it's you, Candace. Don't you know how to knock? You have 2 hands.
So do you. Don't you know how to not be rude? Also, this is my room too, if you recall. I
Is
did
it?
not
What?
know we were roommates. What?
wait, they were
I'm
roommates?
sorry.
Oh my god, they
Ellipses.
were roommates.
Why are you so depressed? Usually, if I recall correctly, you would leap at the opportunity to dole out a beating to the Minotaurs with great enthusiasm.
You know, I love how we went through Candace's entire fucking route. We never learned that he was roommates with Candace.
How did we not? What?
We never learned this.
Shut up. You don't know me, Rumi.
Well, actually, I think I do. Well, you're right, though. I know nothing about you. We were born at different times, in different circumstances. We are nothing alike. It was a
You'll never
random placement,
understand.
after all. I will never understand. However, I can tell the Two Milk's mood has dropped because of your sudden need for distance.
I can go the distance.
This was not prompting for a Disney song.
He hit me right where it hurts. I couldn't even miss it up. The energy had to howl. Oh!
Why do you need to howl? Hello?
Well, don't blame me. Forgive me for being a little upset about learning that I'm a bloodthirsty murderer who could fly off the handle at any moment.
Okay, Dark Urge.
She's the most vulnerable of all. How could I ever get near her?
Ignis, that is no excuse. You express all this concern for her, yet here you are, hurting her, whether you know it or not. You hardly even touched the food which she went out of her way to prepare for you. She made you a special steak this morning.
That's...
I understand your fear. I'm not telling you to forget and act like nothing happened. But for all our sakes, you should tell Two Milk your true feelings. At this rate, she will spiral into despair. Do you understand me? You should
No.
tell her this.
No, I don't.
You should tell me. You should tell me.
You wouldn't bother coming back here if all you wanted to do was ruin her mood.
Those were Candace's parting words before he left the room. Goddamn, nosy little Dullahan! Did you really come in here just to lecture me?
Yes.
I don't need you, or anyone to tell me. I'm well aware. Just as I muttered this to myself. Ugh. By this point, I was growing resentful of how much my stomach could howl almost as loud as I could. Even now, oh! Well, guess I did skip breakfast, even if it's right in front of me. Can't be helped, I suppose. Ugh. Ugh. Wait a minute. That's weird. I only skipped one meal. Why am I this hungry? I mean, did I even have this much of an appetite before? When I first met the old man, no matter how exhausted I was, a single meal was enough to satisfy me, but...
Oh, it's me now. Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
thank fuck.
Hello. It's my turn. I sat alone in my room. Without much ado, Koro was laying comfortably in my arms as I stared at the faint stain on my wall. This feels odd. Why do I have a stain on my wall? Normally at this hour, I'm start getting anxious about doing something.
You.
It was better to close up shop at this point. My only reservation was thinking about a customer who wanted a cup of coffee. But I just can't. They're just like a random guy sitting in the main room like, hey, I asked for coffee like 20 minutes ago. And she just vanished. I didn't want to think about the leftover food, so I ran back to my room. The one who's hurting the most is supposed to be Ignis, right?
You?
At the very least, I wanted to get my body up and moving. So I got to my feet and pulled a book from my shelf behind that Grandpa had left behind. Maybe I can learn a little bit about Ignis and the beasts. But...
Beast butt.
So beasts do have butts. Greek mythology, ancient Egyptian mythology, Norse mythology, biblical mythology. There are so many mythologies involving animal races, it was hard to pin down.
You.
Of course. Animals aren't like fairies, angels, or demons, where their existence is limited to certain texts and regions. In that case, what if I narrow it down to the mythologies that include werewolves, like Ignis? He's a werewolf now.
He's not a werewolf,
He's a
Tumo.
werewolf now. Okay, pulling up Twilight. New Moon.
Oh god, that's her reference material.
Okay,
Where the hell have you been, Loka?
Have you been, Loka? While flipping through the pages, I heard someone rap on the door. Someone's rapping. Huh? The force of the knock startled me. I set the book down on my bed, leaving the page open next to Kororo. Read some Twilight,
I'm
little guy.
starting to feel like a rap god. Rap god.
Come in. Stop. I signaled my consent for them to enter as I... What the fuck? I signaled my consent for them to enter as they rushed over to the door.
Oh my
Why?
god. Stop wording things like
There's
that.
so many words in there that don't need to be there.
This game has the most words ever.
I'm starting to feel like a oh.
I knew it was you, Ignis. Only you would choose his rap god. I thought he had been completely avoiding me, but now here he stood. It was impossible to contain my confusion. At the same time, now that he was here, I forced myself to act as normal as possible, so I began to speak. What's the matter? Do you need anything? Let me guess. Are you hungry? You didn't eat any of your brekkie. I'll fix you some food right now, so stay put.
No. Well, I am hungry, but that's not why I'm here.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate and the stretch, Dr. Vexus.
Yay.
Ignis took a deep breath and with an uncharacteristically solemn voice, he said,
I'm sorry for avoiding you without any explanation. Remember to hydrate, kids. And probably the most important part, wasting all that food you made.
It's okay. You don't have to apologize for that. I know you were confused. Besides, you were upset, weren't you? So it's...
Even so, figured I'd man up and apologize to your face.
Why are you using gender with me?
I mean, you used it with Kororo.
Yeah.
Because no matter how things go down in tomorrow's mission, I'm never coming back to Ashante.
What? His words took me by complete surprise. Wait, what? What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not coming back. I said what I said. It's dangerous for me to stay here.
But that's why we're going tomorrow, to find a solution to this whole fiasco. Didn't you hear everybody object to the idea of you leaving Enchante? That's out of the question. You managed to contain your rampage up to this point, so you can...
It's not that simple. It's way more complicated than that. Eel even said so, period, exclamation point. No one can tame something so linked to who I am. No one's a big enough brat tamer.
Oh my god.
That goddamn instinct will forever be a part of me. I know this now more than ever, and it kills me. I'm not saying this because I want to. But when I think about it, it feels like a whole bunch of funky stuff's been happening. You used consent, but couldn't find another word for funky.
Oh my god. All the funky things. What do you mean funky?
Stop using that word. Stop using that word. Last night, after fighting the Minotaurs, for a second, I kinda blacked out after getting a whiff of their blood.
Is that question mark period?
Yeah. It's like my vision turned red. Like I was consumed by this vicious impulse.
Dark urge? Oh.
I recognize that sensation. That day when the Firewolf stronghold was raided. When I lost my damn mind and murdered everyone in sight. It was the same exact feeling. Two milk. If I so much as stepped in the wrong direction, I could have killed you right there and then.
Ignis was barking.
Arf, arf, arf! Arf, arf.
He bit his lip to contain his fury.
As long as there's even a sliver of a chance of that happening, I'll never return to Enchante. That's all I wanted to say. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Oh, he ended his remark, spinning on his heel to leave my room, comma, period. What? What?
Whoa.
Wait. I quickly grabbed one of his two hands, hoping it would stop him.
Ugh.
The moment I did so, however, Ignis yanked his arm away from me. It was like he was afraid of touching me.
Are you on your period?
What?
Whoa. Let go.
I'm not on my period, no!
I said let go!
No! In the face of Ingus's petulant resistance. Ingus. I too resist like a nagging child. I understand what you're trying to say, Ignis. In the worst case scenario that your rampage flares up, you don't want to inadvertently hurt any of us, right? I think it's understandable to feel that way. If I was in your position, I'd probably have the same inclination. But still, Ingus. One thing's for sure, I never wanted to contemplate what Enchante would be without you. I knew I was being selfish, but I couldn't simply let him leave, not after everything. The idea was unthinkable. I'm gonna cry now. The veins on Ignis's forehead bulged. I can't even see his fucking forehead.
When will you stop and face the music? Stop inserting me into your final fantasy. I committed murder with the very hands you're hell-bent on grabbing. All those beasts who invaded the stronghold, my fellow firewolves, my friends, they're all dead, all thanks to me. Whether or not I knew, I hid it from you. My vow never to kill was all a big farce. That's the kind of asshole I am. You said it yourself. The only reason you didn't fear me was because I never killed. But I did! So...
Ellipses. But I never saw it.
Oh.
Oh, Moji. Oh no!
Ignis killed Moji!
Ignis even killed Moji! Oh no! But 2 months didn't see it, she was facing the other way. Oh, hi, Moji.
Welcome back, Moji.
I never saw you do it. I've never seen you kill anyone. Not a soul.
Doesn't change anything, 2 Milk.
So, you can't expect me to hate you or be afraid of you. I didn't see you do all that horrible shit. It's fine.
Why, you?
My voice was quivering. If I were to let loose, a deluge of tears would come streaming down my face. But I desperately held all of it back. After all, I'm the one tormenting Ignis with my personal feelings. Crying now when he was at his most vulnerable would be unfair. I would only be bringing him down while his hands were full from his crisis of self. I'm an ordinary human being, just like Mr. Rindo. After hearing everything that happened, I can't lie and say that the thought doesn't frighten me a little. But still, the Ignis I know is better than that. He's kind, he's gentle, and he's you! I can still hold your hand like this.
Don't patronize me!
I don't care. The least you can do is not assume. Until after tomorrow, I don't want to contemplate what happens in the worst case scenario. Can't you see? I want you here, Ignis.
Ugh. How could you say that to me? I mean, you know what's at stake. Hands you a stake.
Oh, thank you.
If I harmed you in any way, it would be the end.
Despite my heartfelt, desperate pleas, as I should have expected, Ignis was stubborn and his heart was set. It was tragic. It was painful. But I... Kuro? Ah, didn't notice until now. But what? Kuro was sitting on the bed, staring at the open book in the corner of my eye.
What?
Okay.
Well,
Kuro knows Twilight now. Early in the next morning, we finalized everything for a Bestia trip.
I was just thinking about all the accidents and construction that had been recently, but I had no idea it was because of Bestia. Wait, don't tell me you're going to, Milk. I mean, it's dangerous here because of the intruder incident, but...
Kairi came to see us off, just expressing concern with Kuro safe in his arms. I responded with an awkward smile, donning the blanket I received from a young beastling. Right, I'll be okay, promise. I have everyone with me. You be careful too, Kairi, just in case those minotaurs show up in town.
I'll be fine. There'll be a bunch of GPM agents patrolling the area anyways.
Normally, I would have asked Kairi to watch after the cafe for me, but there's a chance the intruder who insulted me would come back at any time. So this time, Kairi was instructed to stay at home. One of Mr. Rindo's trusted subordinates, at the not-so-gentle behest of Miser, agreed to watch after the cafe for me. Also, it was decided that we would leave Kuro at home with Kairi, under the guise of a stuffed animal. Or so we had planned.
Cute.
All of a sudden, Kuro shifted his weight, leaning out of Kairi's arms and dropping into mine. Kuro. This felt awfully familiar.
Cute.
I tried my best to give him back, but... Ow, 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 ow. Kuro dug his claws into my arm, seemingly unwilling to part with me. Oh, fucking mood. Bubby does that sometimes to me.
Seems like he wants to tag along. Well, Bestia is Kuro's home after all. Maybe the little guy loves a free trip home when he can find one.
Mr. Rindo, who was eavesdropping from the side, interjected.
Shouldn't be a big deal, no. He did notify Ignis of your predicament before. I don't think he'll be much of a burden.
Thank you. All right, Kogoro, we're going. Kairi handed Kogoro over entirely, wrapping both hands around his plump body.
Beast 4, check. Mikado's transmitter, check. I didn't forget anything, I think.
Transmitter?
Yep. It's a new device he developed recently. A true scientific marvel.
Mr. Rindo beamed with pride as he pulled the device out from his pocket, though it looked like a smartphone to me. Mr. Rindo explained how the device enabled communication between realms with the GPM as the broadcast point. Also, it took photos! The entire room took interest in this device, as Miser and the others huddled close to sneak a peek at this palm-sized transmitter. What does this mean? Okay, Mikado's communicator, a prototype device made by Mikado.
That's me!
Oh, hi! To communicate with other worlds. Presently, it's only possible to communicate with Bestia.
Technology from the human world is more magical than anything from our realms.
I never once considered the possibility of communicating across different realms.
Still a prototype. Such sound quality could use some improvement. There's always a chance for the signal to drop.
Hey guys, let's cut the needless chatter and get moving already.
No.
It seems Dromi.
Sure.
Dromies. Sorry.
What?
It seems
What?
Dromies has been patiently awaiting our arrival on the other side. We needn't
There's
be
multiple of
waiting
them?
much longer.
Eel calls them dromies.
It's his nickname for him.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But it is different than it was in the common route, I'm pretty sure.
It
Like,
is different. Oh, sure. So, Ignis grabbed a hold of the doorknob, bracing myself as we entered the gate to Bestia. For a while, I stared at him from behind. Without a word, I grabbed onto his shirt.
What part of my shirt? Hey, you know the rules. Keep your hands inside the vehicle at all times.
Hello?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Oh, hello?
Wow. Hello.
What?
Hello? What?
Hello.
Sir?
Hello?
Holy shit, dude.
Oh, give it a rest. As if in reference to our conversation from the previous day, I hold him ever so tightly. Ignis, realizing it likely wasn't worth the argument, let out a sigh in defeat. What is this exchange?
Whatever.
His response was as cold as I expected it to be as he squeezed the doorknob. From there, we were transported back to the unforgiving, snowy world altogether.
Bro, and Miss Owner, I was waiting for you. I'd like to cordially invite all of you to my bro's hometown, better known as the Firewolf Stronghold. I've already plotted a path for us to avoid detection from those smelly beasts, so don't worry about a thing, cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Right, we're counting on you, Audio Jungle.
Uh-huh.
I was unsure if he had gotten over our last conversation, but Dromi welcomed us at the gate entrance, awkward as ever.
If you touch my bro, I'm killing you.
Oh, well, too late. Without taking any detours, we proceeded straight down the guided path. Of course, with the conditions and distance, we took occasional breaks. Soon I began to recognize my surroundings. As we ambled down the path which led us straight to the Firewolf stronghold, we heard an electric pinging sound, one that was foreign to this frozen world, coming from Mr. Rindo's pocket. That sound, of course, was none other than...
Oh god.
Oh no.
Hello?
Oh no.
Texting 1, 2. The owner from Enchante, our fellow non-humans, and as a bonus, the geezer himself, Rindo. Everybody hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you. I'm hanging up now. Fuck you.
You bitch. Stop! How dare you attempt to interrupt the first live test of my grand invention? Why can't you enjoy a good dialogue, Rindo?
Mikata's volume was cranked all the way up, making it so all of us could hear their playful banter.
Turn that stupid thing down.
But isn't it cool? I can't believe we can make contact between Bestia and the human world.
Seriously, guess that proves it. Mikata really is a genius, isn't he?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't know why the prospect would surprise you. It really is impressive, isn't it? I must say, although I'm no stranger to compliments, your flattery sounds extra clear over
this transmitter.
Wow.
Oh.
Mikado, if you're only calling us to brag about the transmitter, I'm going to hang the fuck up.
Whoa! Hold your horses there, bucko.
I don't have any.
No, that's not why I called.
But he has a lot of horsepower, right?
Yeah, in his car. It's way too loud. Now that we've conducted the field test, I actually have a small favor to ask, the little exploration troop.
A fever, you say?
Indeed. No need to worry, though. It's nothing major. All I ask is that you keep the transmitter on whenever you're talking about Ignis, so I can stay in the loop. The best way for me to study him is to obtain accurate intelligence about the man himself in the field.
Hey, since when do you ask simple favors?
Oh.
Too right. I thought you were going to ask us something outlandish. I like to bring back a blood sample from every firewolf we see.
What if you're offering?
Rindo?
Anyway, roger that. Just keep my mind and the transmitter. There's a foreign tech here, so try to keep quiet if you hear something, okay?
Mikado squealed, responding with the energetic affirmation as her company set off again down the
Squealed?
trail. Yay, squealed. Oh,
My God.
the only thing I can think of is how different Bestie looked from day to night. Back then, the ice walks were a deep azure, but now they're close to transparent. The trek was a lengthy workout. Just as my knees began to howl in pain, we finally reached our destination. The men in our group visiting for the first time began inspecting the surrounding igloos and large torches with intrigue.
Ah, so this is the Firewolf stronghold.
Unlike the other beast strongholds, this one is illuminated by torchlight.
Wow.
Do you see all the torches around?
Oh, man.
Given that they're wolf people, I'm sure they're all hot-blooded, but seeing this in a snowy wasteland is weird no matter what. Isn't it going to melt everything?
Personally, I am grateful for their warm accommodations, especially compared to the other strongholds.
As soon as the firewolves took notice of us, the thin population began to buzz. The discomfort was palpable.
Ah!
All the firewolves caught sight of Ignis, and the fires located beside their ears diminished without warning. Ignis, however, hadn't seemed to mind, and instead marched through the snow.
Hey, Uncle. I got something to ask you.
Ignis grabbed the arm of the man who, just a couple days ago, delivered the earth-shattering news to him. The old man shook his hand, signaling to a worried bystander that everything was fine.
Oh, hey, okay. I know this won't be sufficient to atone for the sins of lying to you about your entire life, but I will tell you everything I know. Please don't kill me.
Out of respect to Ignis's unwavering resolve, the old man nodded, obliging his resolve. He escorted our group into an empty igloo to begin the discussion. At first, we introduced ourselves. We took the time to explain to him the circumstances happening in my world. Then, Ignis's expression warped as he began to interrogate the man.
First things first, I gotta ask, is it true that when I was a kid I lost my mind and slaughtered both the invaders and the firewolves?
Yeah.
After a long pause, the man nodded out of resignation.
We firewolves have been persecuted since ancient times. Hence, people are vulnerable, incapable of fighting. All we could do in the face of such atrocities was turn and run and hope to survive the slaughter.
Sorry, guys, I died.
Oh no!
Those who managed to escape the carnage hid away, waiting until it passed, but
Huh?
Ignis. Hello, I am here. Ignis, having succumbed to his rampage, took the survivors and the intruders and...
it was clear what became of them. Hearing the deceased cry out in their dying moments.
I see.
Ignis, reminded once again of the atrocities he had committed, uttered in silent confirmation, choosing not to erupt in rage, but to nod instead. However, we all believe this to be the story's end.
And
Huh? The man, whose face sagged heavily with regret, continued to speak, pointing his nose at the ground while recounting his tale.
this might be a stupid question, but do you really have no recollection about anything about that day?
Ignis shrugged, offering his usual response.
I don't remember. Not a thing. Not even a something.
Despite his sincerity.
I see. Then I've got no choice.
Sir, is something bothering you?
The man stood in hesitant demeanor as Canis interjected. Then he let his gaze wander for a moment, all of us hanging on the edge of our seats as he unraveled.
During that incident, we lost many of our kin. Comrades who were lost during the invasion.
Well, duh. I killed pretty much everyone in the stronghold, friend or foe alike. Then...
No, that's not what I meant. Apart from those who died in the massacre, many of our kin were separated from us in all of the chaos. There were about a dozen of them. We never found no corpses, so we thought they had escaped.
Ignis was asked if he recalled any of them, though unsurprisingly, Ignis shook his head with an inquisitive glance.
I see. I suppose all we can do now is pray for our kin that they're alive somewhere.
Is it true that you covered up the truth in order to manipulate Ignis to operate as a personal defense force?
That's right. I have no excuse for that. I'm sorry.
He bowed his head deeply. All of us, including Ignis, could do nothing except wait quietly for the silence to pass.
Yeah. That's about all I have to tell you about that day. Do you have any questions?
Oh, I do. We're here looking into Ignis's so-called rampage instinct, so we're conducting some interviews. Is there anyone else we could speak with about it?
Oh my god, please, this hurts. No. Everybody here will tell you the same thing or close to about what I told you.
He stopped in the middle of a sentence as if something caught his eye.
Well, maybe Romy knows something. He was among those who lived in the safety of our stronghold at the time, but he survived the event.
Fuck you, Voldemort!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're a big enough schmuck.
Oh my god, it's...
Oh no.
Oh no!
Come to Big Bill Hell's
okay.
car. Bad deal. Cars that
It's going. Oh. It's slowly going.
Come on!
Come on, I believe in you, Big
Now,
Bill Hell.
If you think you're gonna
Pop
find a
up the
bargain at Big
breakdown.
Even the advertiser's breaking down. Come
You can
on!
kiss my ass.
You can
Always
kiss my
this
ass.
one.
Kiss my ass.
It's always this one. He can kiss my ass.
Besides, at the time, he was closest to Ignis.
With this unexpected remark, everyone pointed their eyes at Dromi. Oh, it's Matcha.
Wow,
Oh.
Matcha.
Yeah, everyone go follow Matcha.
Yeah, go follow Matcha and pester him about the karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke.
Karaoke.
That's not what I agreed to. What? I mean, he's not lying exactly, but I don't know. Nothing. Back then, I kind of just freaked out, fell on my ass, and passed out.
I totally believe that.
Shit. Why do you believe that?
That just proves it. You've been useless forever, haven't you?
Oh. Hey, that's not fair. I don't appreciate having my entire life questioned either.
As Jeremy sat there flummoxed, Mr. Rindo continued with his own question.
Have any other members of your clan gone on a similar rampage? Perhaps a distant ancestor of some kind. That ring a bell?
An ancestor, you say? Legends tell of Firewolf's ancestral beasts, a being with extraordinary power. I confess such legends exist, however. With each generation, the details become cloudier and cloudier. Even I couldn't recite it accurately. I don't fucking know.
The man closed his eyes, conveying to the group that it was time we took our leave. As soon as we exited the stronghold, Mr. Rindo pulled out his transmitter.
Ah, Mikato, speak loud and clear. You're loud and clear to speak. How do you think the little talk went?
Well, there were holes in all of his stories. It's hardly what I'd call worth our time.
Even though I couldn't see Dr. Mikado's face right in front of me, I could see that he was frustrated, sitting cross-armed on the call. Everyone else in our group was the same, pondering with arms crossed or rubbed chins. They were all completely preoccupied with the idea of Ignis's rampage instinct.
It may go without saying that his prowess in combat as a beast is incredible. But is Ignis the one and only beast capable of running rampant? Does anything about his tail sound familiar?
Nope.
Doesn't ring a bell here either.
If the information broker himself, Dromi, says as much, then hope is faint.
The other possibilities are... maybe all firewolves are capable of rampaging, but it's never occurred to them that they've got the power?
Are you suggesting that it's going to rampage as a hidden firewolf ability?
No. If that were the case all along, then there'd definitely be one or two cases than just me. I think I forgot a word, but...
You did. Well, the game forgot a word.
Yeah.
But it is equally foolish to believe that the heretic would emerge into being one day without warning, out of thin air.
As with what happened with Kyrie, one's power is deeply connected to their ancestry. I cannot help but think the answer lies somewhere in the heritage of the Firewolves.
But still, don't you think there's a problem if there's no one in living memory like me? My dead mom and pops were both ordinary firewolves, so I hear.
Oh, you have to specify that they're dead? Just, okay.
They're dead!
Thank
What
you.
about the alive?
Ellipses. I sat deep in thought, hoping to grasp a flicker of some great epiphany that would answer and ease all our concerns at once. But sadly, my brain empty. I was no expert. Truthfully, I hadn't the faintest clue what could induce a beast into a rampage. From my perspective, it felt like a submission to a baser self. Those minotaurs were encountered had certainly given credence to that claim. So I mumbled aloud. Is there anything in the realm of simple features or qualities that makes them different? Like, what separates Ignis from the other beasts? If I were to guess, the answer was so easy to begin. If the answer was so easy to begin with, it wouldn't be in our current situation. Something that originally was little more than a blind pitch thrown under my breath.
Huh?
Oh.
Well, of course.
Of course.
It's his
It's
enormous
his
appetite.
enormous appetite.
Ellipses.
That's a
Ellipses.
good try. I like that.
Huh? Miser, Mr. Rindo, and Mikata all had apparently picked up on my idea, synchronizing their declaration.
What?
The claim caused Ignis's jaw to drop as he shot a wide-eyed stare back at them.
I mean, Ignis, it wouldn't be a stretch to say that you regularly eat meals at Enchante.
Duh. Do you even need to ask? You see me every damn day, I think. Do we? It's true that bees don't usually consume food. Hunger just isn't a thing for us. But eating some food couldn't hurt, right?
How do I say this? You're looking at this the wrong way.
Listen here, Ignis. It's not as simple as beasts not experiencing hunger. It's that they quite literally cannot eat. Water and ice are totally sufficient for a firewolf's diet.
Wait, don't tell me you never knew this, Ignis. You never had trouble putting food down, so I didn't think to point it out.
Ellipses. Ellipses.
What?
Ignis's cry echoed through the tundra so loudly it nearly triggered an avalanche. His reaction was shock, then anger. Not that the distinction saved us from flinching. Beasts can't eat? But how do you explain Ignis eating enough to feed a whole family in one sitting every single day?
That is quite the paradox, isn't it?
What does this mean?
Mikado cleared his throat, looking around the room as he continued. He's not here. How is he looking around the room?
He's not here!
He's not here!
Oh. And they're not in the room.
Don't you yell? Well, ignorance comes as no surprise when one has been deprived of this chance to learn about other beasts' anatomy. Just to put it in layman's terms, 3 out of the 4 of you non-humans, Miser, Il, Canis, there are 3 categories. These 3 are categorized in terms that we comprehend as spiritual beings. Now, I won't go into the science behind it all. Not this time, at least. But they, like humans, can convert whatever they consume into energy. With Ignis, however, he, if what I know about the beast is correct, should have no similar need for sustenance.
But why is that?
Fucking beats me. I mean, the reason is actually quite simple. The native peoples of Eastia, or East, have no digestive systems in their bodies.
Demon beasts, too. They all do not possess digestive organs and cannot eat. The most of what they can do is wet their throat with water or ice. Ignis being able to eat like a normal person is an exception to the norm.
To date, I have examined over 300 bestian species, all of which validate my assertion. You possess neither stomach nor intestines, yet somehow you manage to eat as you do. If there's distinction between Ignis and other beasts, then look no further than what stands before you.
Soon after he howled, and fell speechless.
Why do I keep howling?
I don't know.
Why do you keep howling? Is this why you asked for Ignis's blood sample the last time all of us were together?
Jeez, I never received a single drop, though.
Come to think of it, Kororo didn't make a pass at the fish I gave him. And the most Dromi ever had at Enchante was a cup of coffee or ice cream.
Huh? Oh yeah, I think that's right.
What do you mean you think that's right?
I think it's right.
You order ice cream.
What is ice cream?
Hey, Dromi.
Hey, bro. Why are you look at me like that? I was supposed to say something.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Was I supposed? I always found it kind of funny that you ate, you know, bro. I figured it was just a firewolf thing or something.
My goodness. Who could have known his eating, which to us seemed normal, had unseen consequences? How do beasts normally generate stamina then? You're saying energy doesn't matter to them, right?
It seems they're born with much energy, which in our terms are essentially calories, as they need to live out their entire life. They consume this stock of calories little by little throughout their lifespan.
I never do that.
Neither did I.
It simply beggars belief. I'm not sure that's correct.
It's not.
But anyway, how can one picture Ignis as being anything other than face down in a meal? But the question remains as to how his penchant for eating and his capacity to rampage are connected.
Ignis, on the other hand, had a peculiar reaction to this new revelation, one that was surprising in its own way. His somewhat thorny demeanor from earlier had mostly faded, and was now replaced by total shock. All of a sudden, Kororo became unsettled and started to wiggle around in my arms. Huh? What's wrong, Kororo?
Kill you.
Yeah! Like a rubber bouncing ball, Kororo leapt up from my arms. From there, he landed and hopped onto the icy ground.
Keurig? Oh.
Kororo began flapping his arms around on the snow, all while calling Ignis's name.
Huh? You talking to me?
You, do.
Yeah.
Can you understand him, Iggy?
Of course not.
You.
Perhaps out of frustration with Ignis's lack of action, Kororo began to flail his arms forcefully. Then he pointed those arms in a certain direction. Someone had finally picked up on the small creature's gestures. It wasn't Ignis, but in fact Mr. Rindo of all people.
Does anyone else think that he wants us to head that way?
But that's...
Ignis pauses a sentence, shifting his eyes over to Dromi with a strange look of deep concern.
Oh. Ooh.
Huh? What's over there?
Oh, nothing. Just my home. More specifically, where the Werecat's stronghold used to be.
Where it used to be? Oh. That's right. Dromi's friends and family had also been annihilated by beasts. Sorry, didn't mean to remind you of bad memories.
What? I didn't hear your thoughts. It's okay. That was a long time ago, and I have my bro with me now. My abusive bro. The ocean's not too far from here, so maybe Kororo is just fussing because he wants to go swimming.
Since our investigation is at an impasse, why don't we let him shake a flipper for a bit?
Then, I'll chat with the Firewolves again for info about Bro, okay?
Okay, thanks. I can only imagine how painful it was to return to the ruins of your fallen kin. Jeremy ran back to the Firewolf stronghold with his eyes pointed at the snowy boulders. Dromy.
Don't feel too bad for him. He's got his reasons for going off.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want to show him any disrespect. I picked Koro up and plowed my feet through the slushy snow towards the sea to where Koro was inexplicably drawn. I think we'll call it there. Since I feel like the scenes are gonna be long. So
I think that's a good call.
Yeah. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining us for more Cafe Enchanté. Next week, we are not doing Cafe Enchanté. We're taking a break. But we're doing something else because 1010's gonna be doing 1010 day all day tomorrow.
10 day
Not
of
tomorrow,
10.
next week. Yeah, but next week we're gonna do something very special.
Yay.
We're you can join us next week for the best Otome game of all time. It's called Detroit Become Human.
No, shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
What? Don't you like Otome games? That's it?
Oh
You're not
my
gonna be
god,
there.
shut up.
Also, can we make it so people can grab your controller during the action points?
Yes, we can.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you just pause the game, it just like lets you just sit there. So I can just pause during any of the action sequences. So yeah, next week is gonna be a special Detroit Become Human stream. The best, huh?
Jesus.
What? Don't you like Otome games, Tenten?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's an Otome game. Let's see who we're gonna raid.
We're doing a live dubbing of Detroit Become Human.
I'm planning on muting the voices, yes, for this stream.
Yes, we have to.
Yeah. I'm assuming that like right beforehand we'll just like divvy up the main roles and just like wing the rest of them.
I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
Because like there's 3 main characters and all of them have like an important person. I mean, just all grab someone.
Mhm.
But yeah. Oh shit, there's so many people online right now. We are gonna raid Errol tonight. Errol's doing art.
No.
Errol's animating something.
Detroit accent.
Huh? Detroit. I don't even know what a Detroit accent sounds like.
No, Mom.
I'm just gonna sound. I don't know. The only thing I request is that Hank should sound like Mr. Krabs. That's the accent that he should have.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously, that's the only correct accent for Hank.
Connor, why are you doing that, Connor? Why are you a robot?
There you go.
Boo boo bop.
Oh my god.
Hey, get out of me, money.
Yeah. Perfect.
There we go. That's
Connor,
him.
me boy.
Beautiful, amazing.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
so that's the only requirement for next week. Otherwise, we're just winging it. But yeah, so thank you so much. We'll see you next week for Detroit Become Human, the spectacular.
Hand you a steak, hand you a steak, hand you a steak.
And also go see 1010 because 10's gonna be streaming all day for 1010.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah.
Hand you a steak.
Yeah, but yeah, everyone say bye.
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 Bye.